Hello friends. Now in this lecture we are dealing with the different approaches in finite element analysis. As you know, the finite element analysis is a numerical technique. That's why whatever the different approaches we are using into this numerical technique is very important. The different approaches in a syllabi, they have mentioned the direct approach, variational approach, principle of the minimum potential approach, a principle of the virtual approach. These all are given. Later on we definitely studied. But before that one we need to understand some concept which are used into a finite element analysis. Now what are the different approaches we are using into the finite element analysis is a strain energy. Now what is that strain energy? The area under the curve of an elastic body is called as the strain energy. Now what is that strain energy formula? That is equal to 1/2 stress into strain into the volume. So that is equal to 1/2 sigma into epsilon into volume. So that 1/2 integration of a volume sigma stress into strain into dV, that is the volume. So this is the strain energy. This is the strain energy. So whenever we are thinking about the strain energy is the energy stored into the material. So if I taken the small material, if I taken the larger material, then it has the different type of the strain energy, and that strain energy we are calculating very easily because it is related with the volume. If the volume is changing, strain energy is changing. If I take the smaller component, my strain energy is less. If my strain energy is if my volume is larger, then my strain energy is increasing for the same material. So ultimately the strain energy is a very right concept to understand first of all. So once I am understanding the strain energy, then I move to the next one, that is the total potential energy. Now total potential energy, this is the strain energy stored into a material. It is the material property. So now the total potential energy, the sum of the energy due to the internal stresses produced and the work potential due to the external forces applied to it. So whenever I have taken the one object, so in that object it has its own energy, that is the strain energy. But if I apply a force, now because of this force there is a work potential is developed, and this work potential we need to calculate. So my total potential energy is equal to work potential plus strain energy. So my strain energy formula is already derived, that is the 1/2 integration of volume, that is sigma into epsilon, that is strain into dV. So this is strain energy. Now the issue is how to calculate the WP. Here you see that symbol of WC is negative because this is the work potential. When I apply a certain force, then it is developing a stress into a element, and it held responsible when for the failure. Once this work potential goes beyond the strain energy, then ultimately there is a failure taken place. So we are calculating what we are trying to understand what is meant by the work potential. Now the work potential. The work potential, that is a external force of the work potential, that is whenever we are applying a certain force or external force. Now which are the forces we are applying? We are applying the body force, we are applying the surface force, we are applying the point force. So these are the different types of the forces acting on a surfaces or on a material. What is that? The body force, surface force, and the point load. Sometimes we observe on an object there is only body force, sometimes only surface force, or sometimes only point load. But majority times we are finding the combination of these two. That is the body force means its own weight, surface force that is the traction forces or the shear forces, and the point load. So the combination is also possible or is happen. So work potential due to the body force, due to the weight, that is work potential due to the body force or the weight is equal to minus integration of U into F into dV. That is the force applied. U is where U is the U or V or W. So this U, V, W, and these are the forces. So U, V, W is a direction in which direction we are applying the force. So how much, which direction, that is U, V, W direction or the something else, that direction we have considered. So the direction value multiplied by force into dV, because whenever the body force is applied, we need to understand first of all where is the CG, and according to that we need to learn meaning of a U, meaning of a V, and meaning of a W. And hence the work potential because of the body force is equal to minus integration of U into Fx or Fy or Fz multiplied by dV. Now the work potential because of the traction forces, that is the surface force, or from our side the surface shear forces, this is also called as the traction forces. So that is traction force, again that is the integration of not on a volume but on a surface area. So integration on a surface area, U into T into ds. Again T is equal to, that is the traction force along x axis, y axis and z axis, and U already defined, that is the UVW. So along the U direction, V direction, or the W direction, that is also called as the magnitude along the x direction, along y direction, and the along z direction. So that U into T into ds. Now the work force because of the point force, again that is the minus U transpose multiplied by P. So that is equal to minus stress into U into P. So the work potential due to the external forces, so these are the three: U because of the body force, because of the traction force, because of the point force, these are the work potential developed. So this work potential is minimizes or reduces from the strain energy, then we are getting the, we are understanding the failure criteria, otherwise we couldn't see that. So the total work potential is equal to, work potential is equal to 1/2 my strain energy sigma into strain into dV equal to minus these three forces, that is the integration of volume U into F into dV plus integration of surface area U into T into ds plus summation of I is equal to 1 to n Ui Pi. So how many directions we are applying the force, that is the Ui Pi. So that is the total work potential. I hope through this one you are understanding what is meant by the work potential. You need to focus what is meant by the work potential, because whenever we are dealing with the next chapters, this work potential playing very important role. If you are not understanding the work potential in a right way, you could not solve any problem in the next chapters. So the work potential, finally, that is a principle of the minimum potential energy. Now what is that? We have already seen that when the strain energy, okay, plus your work potential, that should be equal to 0. That is the means principle of the minimum potential energy. It states that among all the displacement field which satisfy the compactability condition of a structure and the boundary conditions, the configuration satisfying the equilibrium condition will have the minimum potential energy. So maximum potential energy functional pi is equal to strain energy plus Wp, that is work potential, that is equal to 0. Now here you have seen the word of a functional. So functional, that is the function of a function, then the functional. You knows very well, that is the derivative, then the partial derivative, and the derivative of a function, then that is the functional. So this is the delta is a functional of a pi is equal to function of AC, or we would say that derivative of AC plus derivative of a WP, that is equal to 0. So this is the minimum potential energy. In this lecture we studied a basic parameters required for understanding the finite element analysis. Thanks for giving a patience learning of the lecture. Thank you.